Okay guys, I'm going to go ahead and, you guessed it, hop right in. Okay, here we go. Hey Nikki, so I have a lot of friends, but it takes me a long time to open myself up to people because I just don't trust people because of things that have happened in the past. Most of my friends from elementary moved away or changed into something that I don't want to be friends with. Right when I thought I was getting to become good friends with someone, they'd move or they'd change. I started to have a core group of 7 girls and we all became super close to each other in junior high, but then you guessed it, my foundation was ripped right out from underneath me. I went into high school and I now had to find a way to stay friends with them. So I guess my question is, how do I find myself and someone that I can be friends with forever? Okay. Here's the thing, guys. Being friends with someone from very young through your whole life is very rare. It happens sometimes with people, but it's pretty rare. And the reason that it's pretty rare is because a lot of the times when people are growing up, they're growing up and becoming the person who they're going to be. And so maybe the person you were friends with when you were 7 grows up and changes and becomes someone that, because you've changed as well, you guys, like, you don't mesh. You become 2 different people. And I actually was talking to a friend about this the other day, like, the whole thing about, like, having friends forever. Like, it's a good thing to aim for and be committed to someone, but sometimes if someone drifts out of your life because things have changed or you've gone down different paths, it doesn't mean that that friendship was a wash or that it's, like, it wasn't worth it or, like, I don't know. It's okay because sometimes people come into your life. There's like a corny saying about that, like people come into your life and leave footprints or something like that. And the point of the saying is that sometimes people come into your life and you both learn from each other and you grow and maybe you change together and have great experiences and memories together and then you move on. And it doesn't invalidate those experiences, memories, things you've learned. It just means you're moving on in your life and growing to a different place. And there's nothing wrong with that, and I do understand what you mean. It's something, the whole opening up to friends thing and trusting friends thing is something that I have struggled with, like, a lot. I was really convinced, actually, until recently, in the last year or 2, that girlfriends were just kind of something fun that you had, that it wasn't like a necessity to have really close girlfriends because I had Dan. And it's something like I'm so grateful for how close I am with Dan because, like, I'm 100% comfortable with Dan. I'm totally myself with Dan. But I thought, oh, I just need him. Like, I was never as close. I mean, I know I'll never be as close with Dan necessarily, or with other people as I am with Dan, but I wasn't even close to as close with other people as I was with Dan. And I realized, I was like, I realized through my pastor at my church was talking about this, and this woman who kind of mentors me, and she was saying how important girlfriends really are and how I needed to work on trusting people. And that doesn't mean you go around trusting everyone, because trust is also something that you develop together, or that you develop and, you know, they earn it. It's not like, oh, you got to earn my trust, but you get to know if they're a trustworthy person. But if you know them and you know they are, like, you have to learn to let your guard down. You know, just, I've said it before in terms of making friends. Go find people in places where you guys have common interests and you're doing, you know, that's the moral of the story. I'm really tongue-tied. Common interests, common beliefs, and look for friends there. But don't get stuck on this mentality of, like, I have to find someone that's going to be my best friend forever, because you just want to see where things go and just, you know, be their friend. I don't know. I'm not really wording this the best way, but yeah. So good luck with that. I'm sure, like, I always feel like I close it and it sounds like I'm so heartless. Good luck with that. But you know what I mean. Like, you'll be okay. You'll make friends, and sometimes it just takes till you're a little older to meet people who you'll mesh with on a more long-term scale. And that's okay. And if these friends drift out of your life, that's okay too. Yeah. So that is it, I guess. Send your messages to asknikkip@gmail.com, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Ultimately, I want you guys to remember that I'm only putting on the internet what I want to put on the internet. Like, you're not seeing me in my lowest lows. You're not seeing me become a mess. You're not seeing me do the stupid things that I do to Dan, to my close friends.